The artificial intelligence revolution is here. The super smart technology is showing up everywhere we live, work, and play. Maybe you've heard about ChatGPT, the AI tool that can have a full conversation and help out with internet searches. Even those security scanners in schools have AI technology. That's how it knows if something is a weapon and not school supplies. In Singapore, researchers are developing AI on a whole new level. It can actually read minds. Now, if that sounds off-putting, you're not alone. A Duke University professor is weighing in on this concept.
I worry deeply about the very fine line between this technology being something that can really empower people or becoming incredibly oppressive and Orwellian.
NBC technology correspondent Jake Ward joins us live. Jake, mind reading is bizarre. I mean, back in the day, I thought about how cool it would be to be able to read someone's mind. Maybe you don't want to know what they're thinking about you. But before we get into the ethics of that, walk us through the basics of how this software works.
Well, Gerald, even a year ago, if you'd asked me about this, I would have said that's impossible. But it turns out, scientists have been after this goal for years, trying to essentially figure out how can they look inside the active brain state of a human being and try to pull meaning out of it. Well, now researchers at Singapore and on teams around the world have figured out how to basically train AI to pick up the brain waves of people inside an fMRI machine as they are shown a series of pictures. It turns out if you do that long enough, the AI will pick up the patterns in what their brains do as they look at those pictures. And then when you show those same people new pictures that the AI has not seen, using only the brain waves themselves, the AI can actually then recreate those same images from the brain. And it turns out they do it, according to the Singapore researchers, with more than 80% accuracy. It is honestly not overstating it to say that they are reading our minds.
We just heard the Duke professor voicing her concerns about this technology, saying that it can be used to help people. Can this technology be used responsibly, or is there a risk of it falling into the wrong hands?
Yeah, she and others have been telling us that essentially, while this has tremendous potential in terms of helping the blind or helping understand consciousness itself, what it also, of course, does is give corporations the possibility of really being able to look into our minds, not just to figure out, whether we want to buy a product, but perhaps using it to not just read our minds, but judge them, looking at whether or not we're paying attention when we're at work, whether our focus is where they want it to be. Obviously, we have almost no regulations around this sort of technology right now, as we do around most forms of AI at the moment. And so the concept here is that the technology is moving so incredibly fast, and yet the laws and regulations and really the basic ethics around it have not caught up at all, Gerald.
It is hard to keep up. Jake Ward reporting live. Thank you, Jake. We appreciate it.